Jim Chanos yesterday, Joe, was saying that obviously he's not a fan of Elon Musk, Tesla, or SolarCity, but he was saying that shareholders ought to have their heads examined.
He said that, right?
Yes.
I thought he said that too, and I'm wondering if I was misremembering.
No, he
but he
said
said
that.
they need to have their heads inspected if they vote for this.
Previously, on the rise of Tesla, Elon unveiled the highly anticipated Model 3, and boy was it a success. Tesla received over 400,000 pre-orders, and with a year to go before the start of production, Tesla had to get their battery supply worked out.
It's official. Tesla has chosen Panasonic as the exclusive battery supplier to its first mass-market car, the Model 3, and what this means for Panasonic and Tesla.
So Tesla's been working with Panasonic from the start. The question was, when they made this move to a mass market vehicle, it's the Model 3, it's a $35,000 sedan. They have extraordinary demand for it. They've already sold about 275,000 of these units on pre-sale. So the question is, was Panasonic going to be able to deliver enough batteries to power all these systems? There were some reports that they might be talking to Samsung, and Elon Musk basically put all those concerns to rest with a tweet, as he usually does, saying that Panasonic was going to be their exclusive vendor.
Then there was that gigafactory that they were building.
They call Reno the biggest little city in the world, but there's nothing little about its newest neighbour. Tesla's gigafactory spans 3,000 acres of the desert here, and around 1,000 construction workers are working 7 days a week to get it finished. When Elon Musk published his latest master plan for what he wants to do with Tesla, he said it was done doing just electric cars. Now he wants to do things like lorries and buses and any type of ground transportation. If he's going to achieve that, he needs to make a lot more batteries, which is what this place is for. The building right now is only a sixth of what it will eventually grow to. By 2020, the factory will apparently be able to supply batteries for as many as 500,000 Tesla cars each year. Bosses here say the factory is around 2 years ahead of schedule, which is good because Tesla is really in a rush. The company hasn't yet made any money, and boss Elon Musk is under a lot of pressure from his investors to set that right.
Welcome to the Gigafactory. I believe we are on track to meet the 500,000 in 2018. Basically, obviously, long term, it's going to make sense to have a Gigafactory in Europe and one in China, probably one in India.
And on July 29th, Elon and JB hosted an event to open the Gigafactory.
This is really about being able to make enough cells, enough batteries to make hundreds of thousands, ultimately millions of electric cars, and to do so at a massive scale.
There just wasn't enough factory capacity anywhere else in the world. We didn't have an option. This factory will have the output of all the lithium-ion factories combined when it's done.
Yeah. You really need to look at a factory like it's a product, like it's a giant machine that builds the machine. And it deserves actually more innovation and more engineering skill than the product itself. And that's what we've done with the Gigafactory.
Yeah, we have some of our best engineering teams working on actually laying out the factory and looking at how to fit more density and more equipment into the same footprint. And this is really key to how we've been able to reduce the cost of the cells and the batteries that come out of here so much. That intense engineering effort is what drives this improvement. And just to give you a sense of scale, that I think you guys have seen the models. Hopefully many of you have gone on tours, but to make it sort of more more real, this factory is going to be about 6 million square feet of ground area when it's
That's just the
completed.
footprint, yeah.
It's just the footprint.
It'll be the biggest building in the world, biggest single building in the world by footprint, and second only in volume to the Boeing factory in Washington State. Yeah.
It's really, really huge. And if you sort of think of something that maybe you're familiar with, like a 747, that's pretty big, right? Well,
right.
We can fit about 100 747s parked in the footprint of this building.
Yeah, and I mean, not only that, we can fit 50 billion hamsters. But in terms of vehicles, we actually expect to get to 50 gigawatt hours a year of output in 2 years. We figure roughly this one factory will produce as much as the rest of the world combined. Yes! So, I mean, that's basically the overview of the Gigafactory and what we're up to.
There's a lot of stuff to do already on our plate, but I think we better wrap it up with that. So
Yeah.
thank you guys very much. This is
All right,
awesome.
thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.
So while things were looking positive in Nevada, Tesla breaks some major news.
Morning, it is Monday, August 1st. I'm Kenny Choi.
And I'm Michelle Griego. Time now is 6:29. A couple of futuristic Silicon Valley companies are merging. KPIX5's Ann Makovic is live in Fremont with details of the deal between Tesla and Solar City. Ann?
And this deal was announced just after 5 a.m., so it's been about an hour and a half. You can bet the employees here at the Tesla factory in Fremont behind me are all abuzz about this merger. It's worth about $2.6 billion. Tesla, of course, is a public company that designs and manufactures electric cars, and Solar City installs solar panels. So you can see the strategy here. This company would basically be a one-stop shop in cars and also the power to run them. Tesla's chairman, Elon Musk, says it is a no-brainer. He also happens to be the biggest shareholder of both companies. So there is some talk of a potential conflict of interest here. Musk's cousin also runs Solar City. The deal has to still go through shareholders of both companies, but it is expected to be ultimately approved.
As expected, the media couldn't understand.
Does a solar company make sense to fuse to an automotive company? I know you told me that's not the way to say it, but I just can't reconcile this notion of, oh yeah, we sell solar panels and also vehicles. Like, you know, GM doesn't own a coal plant or an oil, you know, platform.
Well, you're thinking about it in the past, right? You know, if I'm Elon Musk, you know, basically he sells the future. You know, we're going to have electric cars. We're going to have solar, you know, clean power that powers these electric cars.
We're going to live on Mars.
Eventually we're going to live on Mars. He's going to lead us there. He might die there. We might retire there. You know, but clearly there's concerns. Wall Street doesn't like the deal.
Yeah, the stock was, the movement upon the announcement of the deal was kind of crazy. Solar City stock went up 19% or something like that. Tesla's went down 13%, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, Solar City stock has been tanking. I mean, this is viewed as, by Wall Street, as kind of a bailout, right? I mean, Elon Musk might say, well, I'm buying low, and it makes sense. There's synergies already. But Tesla's stock also has tanked on this deal and, you know, has been going down for several months. So Wall Street doesn't like it, but Elon Musk has had a lot of doubters before and proven them wrong.
On October the 28th, Tesla held an event to showcase what could be possible with the Solar City merger.
Hey everybody. My name is Lyndon Rive. I'm the CEO of Solar City. I'm very excited about the products we're going to be announcing today. The products you'll see is a joint collaboration between Solar City and Tesla. I want to thank the team for really putting this together in such a short amount of time. Really appreciate their help in getting this done. But to really understand the vision, let's welcome Elon Musk. Everybody.
Hey.
Elon Musk starts the event by introducing the Powerwall 2, which is a significant improvement over Powerwall 1, in which it doubles the power and energy. And then on the utility side, he announces the Powerpack 2, and then mentions that they are currently constructing an 80 megawatt battery with Southern California Edison and a 52 megawatt battery in Hawaii, and then moves on to the solar roof.
As I mentioned earlier, what we're really looking for here is how do we have a solar roof that is better than a normal roof, that looks better, lasts longer, has better insulating effect, and where the cost of roof plus electricity is less than that of a normal roof. Can we make a French slate roof that's solar that looks as good or better than a conventional French slate roof? And we're able to do that as well. That's done with hydrographic printing, so each tile is unique. This is what the French slate hydrographic looks like. You can see that. Probably the most surprising one is the Tuscan glass. So this is also solar panels. We've put two versions of the Tuscan glass approach. All of the dark tiles have solar panels. So we interleave dark and light, and then the dark ones are the ones with solar panels. Again, you can see that the transparency changes quite a bit. So from the sun's vantage point, which tends to be high angle, you can see that the solar cells. but as you change the angle to a shallow angle, it reverts to orangey color. We want it to look better, last longer, provide better insulation, and cost less, all things considered, than a conventional roof. And there's about 4 to 5 million new roofs in the US every year, and I think 20 times that number worldwide. So you can imagine over time, as people replace their roofs with solar roofs, that the whole neighborhood everyone would have solar. Like, why wouldn't you? Over time, every house would become a solar house. So that's where we're headed, and I hope you agree that's the future we want. Thank you.
While the event was a success, both Tesla and SolarCity stock tumbled.
Take a look at shares of Tesla and SolarCity. They are both trading down since August 1st when both sides agreed to the merger, finalized it. But of course, we have the shareholders voting on November 17th. A big couple of weeks as we lead up to this merger vote.
As expected, Tesla shareholders overwhelmingly supported the deal, while critics were not too impressed.
Breaking news, Tesla shareholders have approved the SolarCity merger by an 85% vote. Jim Chanos yesterday, Joe, was saying that obviously he's not a fan of Elon Musk, Tesla, or SolarCity, but he was saying that shareholders ought to have their heads examined.
He said that, right?
Yes.
I thought he said that too, and I'm wondering if I was misremembering.
No,
But he said they need to have their heads inspected if they vote for this. But 85% of the shares voted in favor of it, so there you go.
And there's Elon Musk, speaking of which, live on stage right now at the Tesla shareholders meeting. Again, Elon Musk taking the stage here. He certainly counts this as a success because he had been pushing for this merger. A lot of people say, though, that this is a case of them being able to fund each other. It's a cash flow.
Well, and part of it, for a while there was a lot of skepticism in the early weeks after it was announced. There was a fairly big gap, so that's good news for him. And the other thing that Chanos acknowledged is that Elon Musk is a fantastic storyteller, a fantastic capital raiser. So not surprising that the people in Tesla who believe his vision and believe his story are inclined to go along with his vision of the combined entities.
With the SolarCity deal done, Tesla moved on to their next acquisition, this time acquiring the German manufacturing automation specialist, Grohmann Engineering.
Tesla Motors inking a deal. The electric car maker is buying Grohmann Engineering, a German-based firm. No terms of the transaction have been disclosed, but in a blog post, Tesla says the deal would help improve its automated manufacturing systems. With the acquisition of Grohmann, the automaker is expected to add more workers in Germany over the next few years.
Here's what Elon and JB said regarding the focus of continually improving their factory and production lines.
There's crazy potential for improvement here. I think at least an order of magnitude potential for improvement on production. And so with less, like significantly less engineering effort, we can make dramatic improvements to the machine that makes the machine. I think probably a lot of people will not believe us about this, but I'm absolutely confident that this can be accomplished.
Yeah, there are opportunities we're finding all over the place, and as you start to, shift some of the design resources that have been, improving motor technology and power electronics or batteries, and are working so hard to try and find 0.1% of efficiency gain or performance gain on those different systems. And when they start to go and look at the factory, they say, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We can find, as you were saying, easily tens of percent or 20, in some cases hundreds of percent efficiency gain that were sort of unheard of in terms of what you could do in the design world. So the impact there is pretty phenomenal and quite close at hand.
Yeah, so we're basically going to design a factory like you would design an advanced computer. And in fact, I think use engineers that are used to doing that and have them work on this.
So another action-packed year in which Tesla grew revenue by 75% to $7 billion, recorded a GAAP loss of $675 million, but they were able to prove to Wall Street that they could be profitable as they showed a GAAP profit in Q3 for only the second time in their history. They also ended the year with $3.5 billion in cash on hand and delivered just over 76,000 vehicles for the year, up 50% from 2015. And best of all, they managed to iron out their Model X production issues from earlier in the year, as Elon explains.
Basically, we were in production hell for the first 6 months this year. Man, it was hell. And then we just managed to sort of climb out of hell basically partway through June, and now the production line is humming. Suppliers mostly have it together. There's a few that don't. One I'm going to be visiting on Saturday personally to figure out what the hell's going on there. But we'll solve it.
As for Tesla stock, it was another rollercoaster year with major rallies and pullbacks, yet the stock finished 2016 exactly where it started, $230 or $46 split adjusted. So what a year. Tesla unveiled the Model 3, got the Gigafactory up and running, merged with SolarCity and unveiled the Solar Roof. Ironed out Model X production issues, however, they did have to go into damage control over the first autopilot death. In the next episode, the focus turns on getting the Model 3 ready for production. The media and detractors say it won't be possible, while Tesla puts every resource into proving them wrong. If you enjoyed the episode and want to support me making more, please consider supporting me on Patreon. And remember, all content is for educational and entertainment purposes and not financial advice. So till next time, I'll catch you guys soon.